Hello, my angel. Today we have 35 I words in the A to Z vocabulary series on ChetChat. The good news is that we have covered the top words in almost all of the exams: SSC, Bank PO, GRE, GMAT, CAT, XAT, IELTS, TOEFL, UPSC, CLAT. We've reviewed official word lists, previous year papers, and question banks. So if you know these 35 words, you are ready to excel. And if you want to become a fluent English speaker, then these words are all used by native speakers in their day-to-day conversation. So let's begin with our 35 I words, their meanings, example sentences, synonyms, antonyms, and a quiz coming up right at the end. So subscribe now and smash that bell icon. Let's conquer words and conquer the world. Our first 5 power words are infallible, incorrigible, indefatigable, innocuous, and insipid. Let's begin with infallible. Infallible is someone who is never wrong, never makes mistakes, like perfect. Think of God, genius, perfect robots, or a mother who always knows what you did. Memory hack. Think of infallible as in meaning not, plus fallible meaning to make mistakes or to fall. Infallible means not fallible, cannot fall. Superman is infallible because he never fails. Example, no one is infallible. Everyone makes mistakes sometimes. Google Maps isn't infallible. Recently, it took someone right into a river. Synonyms of infallible are flawless, perfect, and unfailing. Antonyms of infallible are fallible, imperfect, and faulty. Our next word is incorrigible. Incorrigible means cannot be corrected or improved or reformed. It is often used for bad behavior. Think of a naughty child who never listens. Think of the incorrigible child like Dennis the Menace or Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes. Cute but naughty and cannot be improved. He is an incorrigible liar. You can never trust his stories. We might call someone an incorrigible flirt, someone who can't stop flirting. Synonyms of incorrigible are hopeless, unruly, and unmanageable. Antonyms are reformable, obedient, and corrigible. Word number 3 is indefatigable. Indefatigable describes someone who never gets tired or never gives up, who keeps going on no matter what. Think of a superhero, a hardworking mother, or a marathon runner who has endless energy. Memory hack. In plus fatigue. No fatigue. You know, as a kid, I used to think of indefatigable as a balloon that could never be deflated. Remember that ad of the Duracell bunny? Virat Kohli's indefatigable spirit makes him a great cricket captain. Synonyms of indefatigable are tireless, relentless, and unflagging. Antonyms are exhaustible, weary, and fatigued. Our next word is innocuous. Something is innocuous when it is harmless and it doesn't cause any trouble. This word is used for comments, substances, or objects that seem trivial. Think of plain water, a small bug, or a boring comment. Memory hack. If we break up innocuous, we get in meaning not, plus nocuous meaning to harm. So innocuous meanings not nocuous or not harmful. The spider looked scary, but it was innocuous. It didn't bite. Idiomatically, we say, this is an innocuous remark, meaning it's a harmless comment. Synonyms of innocuous are harmless, safe, and benign. Antonyms are harmful, dangerous, and toxic. Word number 5 is insipid. Insipid is something that is boring. It has no taste and no excitement. Think of plain rice without salt, a boring speech, bad tea, or a dull movie with no story. The soup was insipid. It had no salt or spices. The presentation, insipid. Everyone was sleeping. Synonyms of insipid are bland, boring, and flavorless. Antonyms are flavorful, exciting, and stimulating. Our next 5 words are intransigent, incontrovertible, invidious, Insuperable, and Inimical. The next word is intransigent. Intransigent means stubborn, refusing to change opinion or compromise. Like a person who says, my way or no way. This word is stronger than stubborn and more formal, like extremely stubborn. Someone who refuses to change their mind no matter what. The boss was intransigent. He refused to let employees work from home. Some kids are intransigent about eating vegetables. They'll cry, but they will never eat that broccoli. Synonyms are unyielding and inflexible. Antonyms are flexible and compromising. The next word is incontrovertible. When something is incontrovertible, it is 100% true. Something that cannot be argued against, like solid proof, like the sky is blue, no debate, incontrovertible. It means impossible to argue against, undeniable. Think of incontrovertible as no controversy, cannot be argued against, absolute truths. It's incontrovertible that the sun rises in the east. No one can deny it. CCTV gave incontrovertible evidence of the theft. Synonyms of incontrovertible are undeniable, irrefutable, and indisputable. Antonyms are debatable and questionable. Our next word is invidious. Invidious means something unfair or offensive. It is invidious when it makes people jealous or upset because it's unfair. Like when a teacher, she always picks the same student for special prizes. It will cause jealousy or resentment, right? So it's invidious. The invidious pay gap angered employees. In Indian families, comparing siblings is invidious. It creates rivalry. Quick quiz. What is the difference between invidious and envious? Envious means feeling jealous, and invidious means causing jealousy. Okay, so synonyms of invidious are resentful and unfair. Antonyms are fair and harmless. Next up is insuperable. Something is insuperable when it is impossible to overcome, like huge problems, too big or difficult to beat, like trying to climb Mount Everest without training. It's just too hard. Memory hack. Think of insuperable as in-superhero. Even a superhero can't beat the problem. For some students, math feels like an insuperable challenge, no matter how hard they try. Quick quiz. What is the difference between insuperable and impossible? Insuperable means extremely difficult to overcome, but it is not necessarily impossible. Okay, like climbing Mount Everest is insuperable for most people, but experts can do it. Impossible, on the other hand, means cannot happen, no way, zero chance. Okay, synonyms for insuperable are unbeatable and unconquerable. Antonyms are surmountable and beatable. Our next word is inimical. Inimical means harmful, unfriendly, or hostile, like a bad environment or a person who secretly hates you. If we break up the word inimical, we get in meaning not, plus amicus, which is Latin for friend, meaning not a friend, harmful. Remember we did the word ami and amigo in the A words lesson? And if you want a quick recap, I'm going to share the link below to all our previous vocabulary lessons, which you can go back and revise. Examples: smoking is inimical to health. Everyone knows it's bad. Synonyms for inimical are hostile and damaging. Antonyms are friendly and helpful. And now it is shout out time. A quick shout out to Abhay Singh. Abhay has been learning with us since grade 8 and has now joined NDA as a cadet. I am super proud of you. Keep learning, and if you want a shout out in my next video, share your experience below with the hashtag ChetChatters. Our next 4 words are interpolate, interminable, interloper, and interlocutor. All 4 of these words have the root or prefix inter, meaning between. Like an inter-school tournament means that matches are held between schools. Our next word is interpolate. Interpolate means to insert something like words, numbers or ideas between other things. Think of inter meaning between and poles like putting something between two poles, inserting maybe new material, new words, new numbers, new ideas. Example, the reporter interpolated fake lines into the interview. Quick quiz. What is the difference between interpolate and extrapolate? You remember the word extrapolate from our eWords lesson? Extrapolate means to guess beyond known data. Okay? Interpolate is to insert data in between. Synonyms of interpolate are insert, add and weave in. Antonyms are remove, delete and extract. Our next word is interminable. When something is interminable, it feels never ending. Usually something boring or annoying. Like you're in a meeting that feels infinite. Memory hack, think of interminable as in meaning not plus terminate meaning end. So it does not end. Example, my uncle's stories about the good old days are interminable. How many of you have uncles like that? Tell me. Quick quiz. What is the difference between interminable and infinite? Infinite is truly endless. It has no limits, like the universe or pi. Pi has infinite digits after the decimal point. Interminable feels like it will never end. It is used for boring, annoying or tedious things. Synonyms of interminable are endless, never-ending and tedious. Antonyms are brief, short and finite. Our next word is interloper. An interloper is an uninvited intruder, like a party crasher. My cat is an interloper. She always jumps on Zoom calls. Quick quiz. What is the difference between interloper and intruder? An intruder enters a place without permission, like a thief, like a hacker or a wild animal. Like a rat gets into your kitchen. That's an intruder. It's unwanted and it's harmful. Okay? An interloper is more about being annoying or out of place. It's not about being dangerous. Like a pigeon walked into a cafe, it's an interloper. Synonyms of interloper are intruder, outsider and meddler. Antonyms are insider, member and guest. Our next word is interlocutor. An interlocutor is a person who takes part in a conversation. Now, interlocutor is a very formal word for your conversation partner. This person speaks and listens in the conversation. Example, in debates, your interlocutor is the opponent that you are arguing with. Quick quiz. Okay, what is the difference between an interlocutor and a speaker? A speaker talks, while an interlocutor is the other person in the conversation, which means they both listen and speak. It implies a two-way conversation. Inter means between, so it's two-way. Synonyms of interlocutor are conversationalist and discussant. Antonyms are listener and mute observer. Our next four words are intractable, intrinsic, inimitable and ingratiate. Let's take up the word intractable. Intractable means very hard to control, like stubborn or hard to solve, like a baby refusing to sleep. Memory hack, think of intractor. Imagine a tractor that won't move no matter how hard you try to push it. Example, my little cousin is intractable when he doesn't want to eat vegetables. No bribery works. Some math problems seem intractable, but with practice, they become easier. Synonyms of intractable are unmanageable, uncontrollable, and obstinate. Antonyms are manageable, compliant, and easygoing. Our next word is intrinsic. When something is intrinsic, it is essential or a natural part of it, like DNA. That can't be separated, like the core of something that is a natural part of something. Like the sweetness of mangoes is a natural part of it. Hard work is intrinsic to success. Kindness is intrinsic to her personality. She was just born with it. Synonyms of intrinsic are inherent, built-in, and fundamental. Antonyms are extrinsic, which means like external, added, and acquired. Our next word is inimitable. Inimitable means something so good that it cannot be copied, a unique style. A memory hack. Break up the word into in, meaning not, plus imitable, like imitate and copy. So inimitable means cannot imitate, cannot be copied. Example, Shah Rukh Khan's style is inimitable. No one can act like him. Quick quiz. What is the difference between inimitable and unique? Unique means one of a kind. Inimitable means so good that it cannot be copied. Synonyms of inimitable are matchless, peerless, and irreplaceable. Antonyms are common, ordinary, and imitable. Our next word is ingratiate. Ingratiate means suck up to someone, like butter up the boss. Sometimes in a fake way, with flattery. To deliberately try to make others like you. The new employee ingratiated himself with the boss by always bringing coffee. The usage of the word is ingratiate oneself, like ingratiate himself, herself, or themselves. Quick quiz. What is the difference between ingratiate and please? Please is general. Ingratiate has a hidden selfish motive and that fake flattery kind of thing. Synonyms of ingratiate are charm, butter up, and cozy up to. Antonyms are alienate, offend, and displease. Our next 5 high-frequency I words are impeccable, illicit, irrevocable, impertinent, and irascible. All of these have similar roots that are listed here, and they all mean not or the opposite. Let's take the first word, impeccable. Impeccable means perfect in every way with zero mistakes or flaws, like a perfect record, like a student who always gets 100%. Impeccable is often used for behavior or for appearance. It literally means without sin or cannot make mistakes. The Taj Mahal's symmetry is impeccable. Every detail is perfect. Your impeccable English can impress your interviewers. Idiomatically, we say someone has impeccable taste, meaning they have perfect choice in style or in fashion. Synonyms of impeccable are flawless, faultless, and pristine. Antonyms are flawed, imperfect, and shabby. We did a similar word just some time back. So what is the difference between infallible and impeccable? Infallible means someone who never makes a mistake. The focus is on never failing. Impeccable means it is perfect in every way, flawless. Like her logic is infallible. She never gets answers wrong. But the notes are impeccable, neat, colorful, and complete. Our next word is illicit. Illicit means illegal drugs or secret affairs or something forbidden. Memory hack. If we break up the word, we get ill, meaning not, plus licit, meaning legal. So illicit means not legal. Example, in many countries, gambling is illicit outside of casinos. Quick quiz. What is the difference between illicit and illicit? Now, illicit means to draw out information and illicit means illegal. Synonyms of illicit are illegal, unlawful, and forbidden. Antonyms are legal, permitted, and lawful. Our next word is irrevocable. Irrevocable means something that it cannot be changed or undone, like death or divorce. Memory hack. Think of irrevocable. And ir meaning not, revoke meaning cancel. So the overall meaning is you cannot cancel something, it is irrevocable. My decision to quit college was irrevocable. There's no going back now. Quick quiz. What is the difference between irrevocable and irreversible? Irrevocable is used for decisions or actions that cannot be taken back. Irreversible is used for processes or changes that cannot be undone, like climate change, will soon be an irreversible process. Synonyms of irrevocable are permanent, unchangeable, and final. Antonyms are reversible, temporary, and changeable. Our next word is impertinent. Someone who's rude or asks personal questions or doesn't show respect to someone who's older or more important is impertinent. Memory hack, think of impertinent as im meaning not, plus pertinent meaning relevant, important, or proper. So impertinent means not proper. Example, the student was punished for his impertinent questions to the principal. Idiomatically, we call something an impertinent remark, meaning a disrespectful comment. Synonyms of impertinent are rude, insolent, and cheeky. Antonyms are polite, respectful, and proper. Our next word is irascible. If someone is irascible, then they get angry very quickly. They are short-tempered. Memory hack. Think of irascible as a firecracker that explodes at small things, or a grumpy old man who yells at kids for being too loud. My irascible boss yells at small mistakes and everyone is scared of him. Quick quiz. What is the difference between irascible and irritable? Irascible means explosive anger, like shouting, dramatic. And irritable is an annoyed mood, like grumpy, but it doesn't mean you're yelling. Synonyms of irascible are hot-tempered, festy, and crabby. Antonyms are easygoing, calm, and good-natured. Our next three words are injunction, interject, and invective. Word number 24 is injunction. An injunction is like an official order, usually from a court, to stop doing something. Example, my mom gave me an injunction to clean my room. No games until it's done. The government put an injunction on the movie release because of the protests. Idiomatically, we say file an injunction, meaning to legally request an order to stop something. Quick quiz. What is the difference between an injunction and a law? An injunction is not a law. A law is a general rule. An injunction is a specific order that you take to stop something. Synonyms of injunction are order, command, and restraining order. Antonyms are permission, freedom, and allowance. The next word is interject. Interject means to suddenly interrupt a conversation with a comment. The teacher interjected, focus, when we started gossiping in class. Quick quiz. What is the difference between interject and interrupt? Now, interrupt is to stop someone from speaking by breaking into their conversation. Like, my little brother always interrupts me when I'm on the phone. Interrupt is usually negative, rude, or accidental. Interject is about adding words to insert a comment suddenly into a conversation. Interject is not always negative. Example, during the debate, Rahul interjected with a clever point. Synonyms of interject are interrupt, butt in, and chime in. Antonyms are listen, stay quiet, and allow. The next word is invective. Invective means insulting or abusive language. Angry, mean words like rude, direct abuses. Example, after the match, the losing team shouted invectives at the referee. My grandma scolded me with such invectives that I cried. She called me a useless child. Idiomatically, we say that they hurl invectives, meaning to shout insults. Synonyms of invectives are insults, curses, and verbal abuse. Antonyms are praise, compliments, and kindness. Our next two words are itinerant and transit. Both these words come from the root it or itiner, meaning journey. The next word is itinerant. An itinerant is someone who travels from place to place with no fixed home, like a traveling salesman. Example, itinerant street vendors in India sell toys and snacks at different spots every day. My uncle is an itinerant musician. He performs in a new city every week. Idiomatically, we say someone has an itinerant lifestyle, meaning a life of constant travel. Now, this is a tricky one. Quick quiz. What is the difference between itinerant versus nomadic? Nomadic is more about culture, tribes, and a lifestyle. Itinerant is usually short term for jobs or for temporary travel. Synonyms of itinerant are traveling, wandering, and migratory. Antonyms are settled, permanent, and stationary. The next word is transit. Transit means the process of traveling from one place to the other or passing through. Memory hack. Transit is not an I word, but it comes from the root it, meaning journey. If we break up the word, we get trans meaning across plus it meaning journey. So transit meaning moving through or moving across a place. Example, Delhi Metro is the fastest way for transit across the city. My flight had a 4-hour transit in Dubai. I shopped at the airport. Idiomatically, we might say I am in transit, meaning I'm currently traveling between places. Synonyms for transit are passage, movement, and travel. Antonyms are stagnation, halt, and stop. Our next two words are ignoble and ignominious. They're from the root IGN, meaning not, but it carries a strong judgment with it. It's not just not, but not with a judgment. You will remember that we did roots like IL, IM, and IR, and those meant not. Those were simply not, like the opposite of something. But IGN is different. It carries with it a strong disapproval in moral, ethical, or a negative sense. Let's take up the word ignoble. Ignoble means dishonorable or shameful in character, like dishonorable behavior, which lacks in dignity. The opposite of ignoble is heroic. Memory hack, break up the word into IGN, meaning not, plus noble. So ignoble meaning not noble. Example, cheating in exams is an ignoble way of getting ahead. In movies, the villain often does ignoble things like betraying friends. Synonyms of ignoble are dishonorable, shameful, and despicable. Antonyms are noble, honorable, and admirable. Our next word is ignominious. Ignominious means a shameful or an embarrassing failure in public. Memory hack, break up the word and you get IGN, meaning no, not, without, plus nominous, meaning name or reputation. Ignominious means it causes public shame, like I've lost my name. When a cricket team gets all out for 50 runs, that's an ignominious performance. Quick quiz, what is the difference between ignominious and embarrassing? Now, embarrassment is like a temporary discomfort. It's often humorous later. But ignominious is more serious, it's more public, it's deep, and there's shame, often with lasting consequences. Synonyms of ignominious are humiliating, disgraceful, and shameful. Antonyms are glorious, honorable, and triumphant. 5 more power I words are iconoclast, impute, inundate, inure, and impervious. Let's take up the first word, iconoclast. An iconoclast is someone who attacks popular beliefs or traditions, a rule breaker who goes against traditions. Memory hack, if you break up the word, you get icon, meaning an image or an idol, plus class, meaning break. So iconoclast, meaning an idol breaker. Example, Galileo was an iconoclast. He proved that the earth wasn't flat when everyone thought it was. My grandpa calls me an iconoclast because I refuse to follow outdated family traditions. Are you an iconoclast? Quick quiz, what is the difference between an iconoclast and a rebel? A rebel is general. It can be against restrictions also. Whereas an iconoclast specifically attacks beliefs or icons. Synonyms of iconoclast are revolutionary, radical, and dissenter. Antonyms are traditionalist and conformist. The next word is impute. Impute means to blame or credit someone or something. Now, it could be true or not, but to blame someone and say that they have caused something is to impute them. Memory hack. Think of impute as I'm putting blame on you. Impute. The boss imputed the project's failure to Raj's laziness, even though it had nothing to do with Raj or his laziness. My mom imputed my bad grades to too much phone use, but I just didn't study. Synonyms of impute are attribute, ascribe and assign. Antonyms are absolve and exonerate. The next word is inundate. Inundate means to flood or overload someone with too much. It could be too much water, it could be too much work, too many messages, too many calls or anything. Inundate is different from flood. Flood is literal, it has to do with water. Inundate can be just too much emails, okay, too much work. After the exam results, the topper was inundated with congratulatory messages. Synonyms of inundated are overwhelm, swamp and deluge. Antonyms are drain and relief. The next word is inure. Inure means to get used to something bad over time, like pain, struggle, difficulty. It's like to tolerate and then to become used to something which is bad. Street dogs in India are inured to honking traffic. I've inured myself to waking up early, but I still hate it. But I've got used to it and it's bad. Okay. Quick quiz. What is the difference between inure and endure? Endure is to suffer. Inure is to get used to the suffering. Synonyms of inure are harden, desensitize and toughen. Antonyms are sensitize and weaken. The next word is impervious. Impervious means unaffected by something, unaffected by criticism, by water, by emotions. Okay? Memory hack. Think of impervious as a raincoat. Like nothing goes through. It cannot be penetrated. Impervious. My dad is impervious to the cold. He wears shorts even in winter. Politicians often seem impervious to public criticism. Okay? Idiomatically, we say impervious to logic, meaning someone is stubbornly unaffected by reason and they keep on doing what they want to do. Synonyms of impervious are resistant, unaffected and impenetrable. Antonyms are vulnerable and sensitive. Ta-da! We have learned 35 words so easily and I hope you're following this series. We have a quiz coming up for you right now which you must solve and I'm going to see you in the J words lesson soon. So happy learning!